Brought to you by National Geographic's Secrets of the Penguins. Premieres tonight, 8/7 Central on National Geographic.
I'm not sure physically we were ready, if that makes sense.
Julius Randle putting some muscle in his hustle.
Maybe it took us one playoff game to now get a feel for it.
They turn over Doncic. Connolly pulls the three.
I think it was physical. They were hitting a lot of threes.
Pulls the three, and it's wet. Wide open Randle. Cash out. DiVincenzo holds it and laces the deep three.
We weren't physical. They were running. They were getting anything they want, and we're going to be better with that.
All right, we'll see if they're able to do that in game 2. And Scape senior writer David Dennis Jr. and 13-year NBA veteran and analyst Quentin Richardson join us now. Let's start with Wolves-Lakers, guys. What was your biggest takeaway from game 1 of this series, Q?
Man, I was extremely surprised with the game that LeBron James and the rest of the Lakers had. I felt like that the Minnesota Bigs, they came out, they impacted the game in a major way. The wing guys shot the ball well. You had a big game from McDaniel. And obviously we knew that Ant was going to be, the feature guy for them. But I felt like that McDaniels was the second big guy on their team. He had a huge game playing both ways. And the Lakers got to get ready, man. The Minnesota Timberwolves are serious, and they up one on them already.
Yeah, from the moment Luka got to that Lakers team, I've been questioning the sustainability of that Lakers defense. Last night, I think we got our answer. The Wolves got everything they wanted from that team when Lakers were trying to defend. They blew by at the point of attack and passed the ball out to open three-point shooters. The Wolves shot 50% from three, and the Lakers, if you're J.J. Redick, you may say, hey, that's not sustainable. But I think it is because they were 9 for 12, 75% on corner threes. A lot of those were wide open. The Lakers have to shore up that defense, and they still got outscored by 11 points in the paint. There was just no defense in that Lakers squad.
Yeah, like you said, it was one of the biggest questions that we had since Luka got to L.A. Okay, so Wolves-Lakers, that was one of our 4 games yesterday. Q, what other things stood out to you from Saturday?
Man, the Denver game, I want to say Joker, I want to say Aaron Gordon, but Russ Westbrook, man. Russ Westbrook made play after play. He wasn't perfect. He wasn't, flawless, but he made play after play to help his team come through and get a big-time win yesterday. And I feel like Jamal Murray showed up, Aaron Gordon showed up, and the rest of that supporting cast, Christian Braun, everybody showed up. I felt like the Clippers had a great game, but I felt like those guys came through down the stretch for Denver and got them the W. This is going to be a great series, this Denver Clippers series. I'm super excited for this one.
Yes, that will be a great series, but the thing that stuck out to me was that Pistons fourth quarter meltdown. They played pretty much a flawless first 3 quarters, and then they pulled the Benjamin Button. They waited until the end to get young. They just melted down in that fourth quarter. You start the quarter off without even getting the ball in bounds and the 5-second violation. I can't remember any time I've ever seen anything like that. 7 field goals made, 6 turnovers. They looked shell-shocked in that fourth quarter after playing a pretty flawless first 3 quarters of that game. They let this one slip. If they lose this series, they'll go back to that 21-0 run in that first quarter and say that is the reason that they lost.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I was watching that game, and then I left for a little bit. I came back, and I was so confused. The Knicks' 21-0 run is the 3rd largest by any team in the fourth quarter of a playoff game in the play-by-play era. It was wild. Thanks, guys.
Christine? 112-110 in regulation. Westbrook hit a huge 3 at the end of regulation, made key several defensive plays. According to ESPN research, Clippers gave Westbrook an average of separation of almost 10 feet when he was taking 3-pointers in game 1. That's the most separation he's gotten on 3-point shots in a playoff game when taking at least 5 attempts since 2013-14. Russ finished with 15 points on 5 of 17 shooting. You just have to live. He's a guy that you're going to say, damn, come on, Russ. What are you doing? But the one thing you'll never, ever question about Russell Westbrook is his effort. Every time. He gonna give you every freaking thing he got. He's gonna make some plays, like the play that like the Jokic triple-double, where he blows the smokes the layup. Now, the Nuggets got 18 seconds to get a shot, and they don't even get a shot off.
Yeah.
Russ, that's not like Russ, because Russ had a wide open 3. He passed it up, got caught between, like, damn, what the hell I do? And the clock run out. They're like, damn, Russ. But then he comes in, blocks a shot, challenges, gets 2%, gets a key steal, forces the ball off of James Harden. Russ is what won them this game.
Yeah.
Because he got a couple, remember, he got like 2 offensive rebounds. Aaron Gordon got 2 key offensive rebounds, and he hit that big 3 to put him up, too. Joe, what did you like about what you saw? Because the Nuggets were down by as much as what, 13, 15?
Yeah, Clippers.
Battled their way back into the ball game, and they ended up winning a very close ball game.
The Clippers was controlling the game pretty much the entirety. I do think, Russ' energy and effort definitely helps the Nuggets, man. And I'm sure, he enjoys this win considering this against one of his former teams. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm sure he's happy about that. But this is going to be a long series as well. I thought the Clippers was right there to really pull away. You look at Kawhi, he's been playing pretty good ball. James Harden was playing great ball. Like, they look good, man.
They did. I think James Harden getting in foul trouble. I think Zubac's kind of getting a little foul trouble. That kind of took James out of his game, but James was sensational. 11 of 22, 4 of 9 from the 3, perfect from the free throw line, 32 points, 11 assists, 6 rebounds. Zub, 21-13. Kawhi, 22 and 6. Kawhi really had it going early.
He did.
He and James, they had it going early. He couldn't miss.
He looked good, too.
The first quarter, then I think he ended up scoring like only 2 points in the second quarter.
Yeah.
But Aaron Gordon got going late. Jokic is Jokic. Jokic going to be Jokic. Don't look. And they nobody defends him better than Zubac. And then you look up and you're like, hold on, damn. The man had 29, 12, and 9? And that guy defends him the best? Well, I hate to see the guy that defends him the worst.
Zubac played a good game, too, though. Zubac had 21 and 13. Like,
that's what – but see, if you play against Jokic, you got to go at him on the defensive end.
Yeah, you got to make him work on both ends.
Yeah.
And the thing, but you notice late in that ball game, that fourth quarter, he started challenging more stuff. Whereas early in the ball game, he wasn't challenging. And you see Harden laying the ball up. Kawhi laying the ball up. Guys were laying the ball up. Now all of a sudden, look, bro, you almost 7 foot tall. Just go vertical. Just make him go up over you. Don't give him no layup line.
Yeah.
What you thought about watching the Nuggets?
I mean, the game was good. The Nuggets played really well. Obviously, I look at Harden, right? Harden, where they control the game most of the game outside of towards the end. But hey, Harden had 32 and 11, but the Clippers turned the ball over 20 damn times.
Yep.
When it came to crunch time, and then you got Russell being as intense as he always is, as far as playing defense, and with Joker playing the way he's playing, when it came to crunch time, because of the turnovers, then the Nuggets was back in the game. They were able to get back in the game because of the turnovers.
Yeah.
Game, I mean, it was good. This is one that's going to go to a 7-game series. And I think based on what I'm watching and the amount of knowledge that I've gained to this point, the turnovers are going to be key on who wins this series. Ask me how I know.
How you know?
Because if they didn't turn the ball over 20 times a night, the Clippers win this game.
But I think you got to give. I think you, like you said last time, we was talking about what Detroit didn't do. Let's talk about what the Knicks did do. Well, in this situation, you talk about what they did. What happened? They weren't out there by themselves now, so somebody forced them into those turnovers. You see, all of a sudden, Russ playing pass lanes. All of a sudden, they started getting up into people. All of a sudden, it's not a layup line. You look at Aaron Gordon. He's got to go ahead, Joe.
I say that altitude kick in. Second half.
You think that's real?
Man,
hell yeah, it's real.
Yeah, it's tough, Ocho. It's tough.
Why do you think fighters go to Arizona? Why do you think they go to Big Bear? Utah. Why do you think they go to Why the U.S. Olympic Training Facility in Colorado Springs if it didn't make a difference?
Right. You know it's funny. I always hear it all the time. Obviously, I was able to play in Denver twice. Obviously,
and you lost both times.
I did. I don't remember whether the wins or losses, but as far as my winning, my conditioning, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just saying it didn't affect me on the field as far as breathing is concerned. And obviously during a time like that, it was pressure on me to be able to perform because I'm going against 24.
Yeah,
I'm going against the Hall of Fame and Champ Bailey at the time. But I always hear the thing about about it being difficult to breathe, when playing in Denver in a high altitude. But
it's less oxygen in there.
I was just curious what y'all thought.
Ball travels farther. There's a reason why people love kicking. They love punting.
Right.
They love hitting a baseball in Coors Field. The air is thinner. Altitude training. That's why, like I said, if you go look at endurance athletes, they always train at altitude.
Right.
They go to Flagstaff. They go to Colorado Springs. They're in New Mexico. And so that's what boxers, they go to Big Bear.
Yeah.
They go to places where, Mammoth, and where you have to take you a little bit. And sometimes, don't you remember, it came out, they had those masks on. Remember the breathing mask that you have on?
Yeah, I remember those. Yeah. I remember Beast Mode used to wear one of them.
Mm-hmm. But this is a 7-game series, Joe? This is a 7-game series?
Yeah, I think it'll be a 7-game series. I think, obviously the Clippers, they came to Denver to get one. They probably feel good about this. I just think they ran out of gas in their second half. But, I'm sure they're looking forward to game 2. But, until you win on the other team's home floor, Unc, it ain't a series yet. So, this one probably gonna go. It's probably gonna go 7.
Russ said the dynamic roller with Zubats, great cutters, guys catch lobs. My job is to be able to be low man and find ways to excuse my language, F-ish up. He did a great job because, like I said, Russ he still has that quickness. He's not the finisher that he once was. He's not as athletic, but he's still, he still can get it done.
He's still explosive too.
In spurts, he can still do it. And like you said, Ocho, hold on, he had 2 steals, key steals. But even though he didn't steal the ball, he forced some costly turnovers.
Yeah. You know what? I'm happy for Russ too, having a game like he did today, where him being intense like he always is the reason why they won. Because just not too long ago, he was one of the reasons why they lost, based on his decision making. So this was good for him and gave him the confidence he needs to go into the rest of the series, being aggressive like he always is, and doing what's best for not only him but his team as well.
And you have Russ on your team at this point. You just got to accept what comes along with Russ. Yeah. He's going to make some plays, and you were like, that was unbelievable, son. That's how we win. And then he's going to have some plays like, Lord have mercy. I sure wish I went out and went to chapel this morning because
you got to deal with it. You got to take the good with the bad.
Yeah. You got to. Yeah. It's really Ocho, it's really that simple because he's going to make plays only he could have made that play.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And then on the other side, you're going to say only he could have effed it up. Hey, nobody else could have effed it up, but he did. So you got to take. It's kind of like Luka. People say, man, I wish Luka stopped flopping. I wish Luka stopped crying. I wish Luka, you got to accept it. Yeah. He's not going to stop. He can't stop.
Right. That's part of him.
He can't. Every time, if he doesn't make a shot, he going to look at the ref like, he looked at me. He ate a pasta for pregame. So that you ain't going to call no foul. So you just live with it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I am on that right there. So Russ,